What's up guys, welcome to Woodsman's Knife channel. Today we are gonna take a closer look at the Rambo mission knife and we are gonna take it out to the field and see what this knife is capable of. For this build here I chose one of the greatest custom knife makers in the world, Daniele Mauro, and one of the greatest sheath builders in the world, Michael. And what they came up with can only be described in one word: masterpiece. So let's check it out, guys. Now, I will not say that I have been looking forward to making this review here at all, guys, because when I got this knife here from Daniele, I was just absolutely awestruck by how beautiful this knife here was. And the only thing that I really want to do was like put this knife here in a glass itself and just look at it for the rest of my life. But I promised Daniele to take this knife here out in the field and do some tests with it, and that is what I'm gonna do. And at some point anyway, I would have taken this knife here out to the field and try it out. I just can't help myself. But this is definitely, I had to take myself a couple of weeks to calm down before I could make this video here, because I really didn't want to scratch this knife here up. But now the time has come, and I'm gonna get out there and do some tests with the knife today. And I'm starting to looking forward to see what this knife is capable of. And I have absolutely no concern on that this knife here can be used out in the field. The construction on this knife here is done to the highest standards that you can possibly do to create a hollow handle knife that can actually be used. And the sharpening on this knife here is just absolutely crazy. The first time that I touched the edge on this here, I actually scraped off some of my skin. So I'm a little bit excited to see how the edge will hold up to be tonguing and stuff like this. But let's just take a small paper test here before we are taking this out in the field. And just don't look at that, guys. This is like a razor blade. I think that this is probably one of the most sharpest knives that I have in my collection so far. Oh, look at that. I could do this all day. This is just absolutely crazy. I have to clean this up when I'm done, otherwise my wife is gonna kill me. But look at this beautiful knife here. Now if some of you can remember, a while back I did another video on one of Daniele's knives, and this is also one of a mastership from him. This one here, this is a Francesco sheath. Now Francesco is one who makes the sheaths for Daniele. And he makes some high quality stuff as well. And as you can see here also, this is a replica of the Commando LS1, but this one here is done in First Blood style with the coating on here, like the First Blood knife, and this is just, look at this, guys. The things that Daniele is making is just unbelievable cool, and the prices that he has is also very affordable. And one of the things that I really like about Daniele is that if you can't pay him the full amount right away, you can actually make a part payment to him. And that's something that I really appreciate, because when you are getting up to these high-end knives here, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's most certainly also is a lot of money for me, because I'm paying for my knives myself. I don't get knives from any company. I've only been gotten one knife so far, and that was from Force. To make a review on. Otherwise, I pay for them myself, and these Rambo knives here are just some expensive knife. That's just the way that it is, but they are most certainly also way cheaper than if you had to go to the nearly Lion company to have a knife done. So yeah. Now, one of the things that really made this process for me very personal when I got this knife here done was that in every step of the knife build, Daniele was kind enough to send me some progress pictures of the build, and that is just something that I really appreciate very much. And that is not something that you are gonna get from a mass or big company like Tops Knives or Cold Steel or anything like that. That is one of the things that I really enjoy about custom knife makers, is that you just get that extra for your money, and it makes the experience very personal and great. And the sheath here, done by Michael Perry, one of my very dear friends from England. He done this beautiful sheath for me, and he just hit the nail. The nail on this one here is just such a beautiful sheath. And as you can see, normally these sheaths here for the mission knives are blacked out totally. But I wanted something that was a little bit more practical, but also because that I think that this color here just do the knife very well. But and it looks very good next to my First Blood knife as well. But as I told you, it was also for some practical reasons, because if you are one of those guys as myself that has spent a lot of time out in the woods building shelter and camping and stuff like that, you know that when you got a black knife in a black sheath, and when it's starting to get dark, you always have a problem to locate your knife, and you are gonna step on it, and I don't know what. So I want something that I could see a little bit more clearly when the dark is coming. So yeah. But yeah, again, this really looks very, very cool in that color, I think, and the craftsmanship on this sheath here is just out of this world as well. And Michael, he also sent me some progress pictures along the way on this build here. And again, if you haven't tried to get a custom sheath or a custom knife, I would highly, highly recommend you try this, because the experience, as I told you before, is just something else, and that is something that I will never stop doing. I prefer to get my knife custom built than buy something from a big company, but that's just the way I am, guys. Yeah, now as you can see here, I'm starting to grow myself a little beard. And that was because that Michael Perry told me to go watch Mountain Men, that show Mountain Men, and after 3 episodes this starts to come out, and yeah, and trust me, Michael, my wife really appreciate you very, very much. Nut! One more thing I have to show you before we are gonna take a closer look at the knife. My very, very, very dear friend Greg and his daughter Jane, they were so kind to send me this awesome poster here. Awesome poster from the Rambo First Blood Part 2 movie, and this is actually the first poster that I have ever gotten from a Rambo movies, and I really appreciate that, Greg and Jane. You shouldn't have done this. I'm really, really blown away about this. I appreciate this so much. I love you guys so, so, so much. Sad enough, I couldn't find a frame for it yet, but I have ordered one online, and it can be here at any moment now. And this is gonna get a very, very special place here at Bushman's Knife Channel. I think I'm gonna make a stand or something over here with some Rambo knives and with this poster here on it as well, so you guys can see this every time I feel like uploading a video on YouTube. So yeah, I think that I got around most of the things that I wanted to say so far. If you want to order a knife from Daniele, I'm gonna put a link in the description to his website. But be aware, I do think that his website is on Italian. But I'm also gonna put a link to his Facebook profile, and you can talk to him on Messenger if you want that. And that was the way that I did it. I just wrote to him on Messenger and told him what I wanted to have, and got it done that way. So, but if you have any questions about that, feel free to make a comment down in the comment section, and I will get back to you. And the same thing with Michael Perry. I'm gonna leave a link to his Facebook profile, and you can get in contact with him there if you want to. Michael is not only building sheath for Rambo knives, he is also building custom sheath for any knife that you want a very high quality sheath to. So and they are both so nice guys, so and easy to talk to. So please don't hold yourself back. Just make contact to them if you want a sheath or a knife or both done. Okay? I think that was about it, guys. So let's have a closer look at the mission knife here. Okay, let's have a closer look at the Daniele mission knife and the Michael Perry sheath. And Absolutely top quality sheath we have there. And look at, I can just show you how this is how thick the leather that Michael uses actually is, almost 4 millimeters, and it's definitely a heavy duty sheath, and it's 25 millimeters up in the thickest point. Absolutely one beautiful sheath. Now this is an Essie lab sharpener. This is a medium size, so if you are gonna order one of these Michael Perry sheaths, you need to buy this sharpener here somewhere else, and you can find them a lot of places, especially in the States. I have to buy mine in the States, so but it took me a couple of weeks to get it. But I have used this here on some of my other knives, and I can tell you guys that this is just a high quality sharpener. I would highly recommend this. This actually works. This is not just a showpiece. Absolutely not. Yeah. And here we have it. Absolutely beautiful. And just look at that coating on there. He really did a nice job on that. And as you can see, it has this beautiful curve up here. Just like on the back spine, it has some curve up here. It's a little bit hard to see on the camera, but it is there. And that is just like it is on the movie knife. Absolutely beautiful piece. Now let's see how thick the knife is. 6.6 millimeters. And I can tell you guys, this saw back here is just really sharp. I'm really excited to see how this or what this can do to some wood. Yeah, and it of course also has a fully functional compass in the bottom. And you can see there are no epoxy or anything like this. He made this very well. I can show you a picture here on how he actually put the blade and the handle together. That is done very nice. Yeah. Let's see how much such a big knife here is weighing. And is weighing almost 600 grams, and that is a perfect weight if you ask me. I prefer to take knives out that has a weight on somewhere between 5 or 700 grams, because if you are hiking a lot or you are using your knife very much. I don't prefer to get knives that is more heavy than this, because you are just gonna be tired very, very quickly when using the knife. So yeah, let's see. Now remember guys, I'm not from the States, so I measure in centimeters over here, not inch, but you can quickly translate this on Google if you want to. The blade down to the handguard is 25.2 centimeters, and overall length 39.4 centimeters. See, the handle here is 11.6 centimeters. Yeah. Now, one of my subscribers asked me if I could compare this to a Great Wall Nation knife, and of course I will do that for you, my friend. This is also a very, very nice knife. Really, really nice knife. And the thickness on this one here is definitely a little thicker than the Daniele. This one came out at almost 7.2 millimeters. And it definitely also feels a little bit more heavy. Not much. 600 grams. Yeah. And the blade length down to the handle is 25.9 centimeters, and the overall length is 40.5 centimeters. So this is a little bit bigger knife. But if you look closely here, you can see that the clip point on the Daniele is more movie accurate. It's definitely much larger than the clip point on the Great Wall, and you can see the tooth on the clip point. The Daniele here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the clip point, and the Great Wall has 1, 2, 3. So this is definitely more like seen in the movie, much more movie accurate. But don't you have to remember that this knife here, I believe, is from 2017, and I have been seeing some of his new stuff, and he is getting his knives much more accurate than the old one that I got here. So don't let that scare you away from buying stuff from Greg. He makes some really good knives, and I have been using this knife here a lot, and it is just built like a tank, and he got the blade and the handguard welded together here and down here, and he got some epoxy in the handle, and that is something that you need to know if you're gonna buy them from Great Wall, that you do not have as much space in the handle because of all of that epoxy that he puts in there. Let's try and see how much you actually got. You got 55.4 centimeters. And you of course have to take this off. That's so it is around 5 centimeters in the handle. That is also plenty of enough room to have something in there. But I think that Daniela's is have a little bit more space inside the handle. But let's have a closer look at that. Yeah, definitely has. Just find so we can get this inside of there. Got 7.3 centimeters, so a little bit more space in the handle of the Daniela, and of course the Great Wall knife also comes with a fully functional compass as well, so two very great knives. I do like the Daniela knife more than the Great Wall because the finish and everything is just done a little better, in my opinion. Most certainly is. So yeah, that was about it, guys. Let's move on. Okay, that was a little bit about the specs and stuff. If you have any questions for me, down in the comment section, okay? Now, let's get out and see what this knife is capable of. Let's go!
I didn't come this far to only come this far. I hear some people saying things like, when I make it, when I get to the top. I'll keep working hard until I get to the top, until I reach my goal. Let me tell you something. There's no end. Winners never stop. If you reach your goal, set a bigger goal. If you get to the top of the mountain, find a bigger mountain. It's the journey, the continued pursuit of growth, the constant seeking of improvement, the challenge. That's what makes life great. That's what makes a fulfilled life. I didn't come this far to only come this far. When I get this goal, I'll seek more. Not more things, more growth. Constantly pushing myself to be better. I didn't come this far to only come this far. I came this far so I could be strong enough to go further. So I'll be good enough to push myself hard. I'm only getting started.
Okay, let's find out what the Daniele Mauro mission knife is capable of. And we are just gonna do as we always do. We're gonna start out with some small tasks, and then we are gonna work ourselves up a little bit. So this is gonna get great, guys. And when we are done here, I'm gonna go back to the studio and clean my knife up, and then we are gonna have a closer look and see how the coating on the knife has held up to some beating. Okay. Now let's just start out to do some fine tests here with the edge on this knife here, and it's definitely is cutting through this banana here with ease. Look at that. Look at these fine cuts here So of course you can use a big knife like this for some food prep if you are going camping with it. You don't just need a small knife to do those kinds of things. And that is one of the things that I really looking for when I'm taking a knife out to camp. I want a knife that can do it all and prepare food and chop down a tree and beton, and I know that the knife is gonna hold up to it, so you can definitely do some fine stuff with this edge here. That's definitely for sure. So let's see how easy we can cut this nylon rope here over. Look at that, guys. It's just it is absolutely crazy how sharp these knives here from Daniele are. I'm getting surprised over it every single time. Just look at this. That was not so good. It really is like a razor. Now let's see how well it will work to the water hose here. This definitely is a great way to test the knives. It's not many of my knives that is gonna go through this water hose here with these. So let's see how it will do that. And look at that. And I'm not swinging very hard here, and it's just going through it like butter. Now let's try to make some. Let's just beton this and just see how well it will do to some feather sticks. Where did my other piece of wood go? Yeah. Okay. Look at that. Just do it with these. Let's try some back cuts here. I know you guys can't really see this, but look at that. Very, very nice. Now let's try to beton some more with it and see how it will hold up. There you can see was a big knot in there, and it just went through it like it was nothing.
I'm really giving it some beating here. Let's try one more here and see if I can go through one in one blow. Then let's try this one. If I can get it to stand up. 2 seconds, guys. Let's try this one. Yeah. Definitely hold up to that. Nothing is loose. So let's try and cut a tree down, guys. Okay, this is like a 3-inch tree here, the perfect size if you want to build a shelter. So let's see if it can take this tree down. Yeah, easy. Now, let's try and see what this saw back here is capable of. Now, I know that I'm gonna get a comment on this because a lot of people have different opinions about these sawbacks here. Some think that they are meant for cutting in an airplane to get out of that or something. Others think that they are meant for wire cutting, which I actually think that they are, and some think they are that this is a sawback. Now, I don't have any need to test this on an airplane, and I have no reason to use this as a wire cutter, so I'm gonna see if I can get through a tree with this. I don't think that I can, but the things that I'm looking for is that it can make some nuts or something like that to build a shelter. So, and that is what I will use it for. So, if I'm gonna take this with me camping at some point, but I'm just gonna take you in a little closer here. Okay, so let's try and see. It is doing a okay job at this. I didn't expect this to be a fully functional saw, but it's definitely Look at all that wood that's just flying around, guys. It actually is getting there. Look at that. I'm really impressed over that. Look at it. Wow. That's actually a really nice cut there. I really didn't expect it to do that. I really didn't. Look at that. Now, I have been testing a lot of Rambo knives out here with sawbacks on, and this is the first one that actually could be used as a saw. Now, this is definitely not the best tool for that kind of job, I know that, but it can actually do it. I'm really impressed over that. Really. Holy moly. Now, on to the next test. Okay, if there is something that I really hate in this world here, is vegetables and is fruit. So I just prepared myself a little battlefield here, and let's kill this animal food here. So we are gonna start out with I don't know what you call it in English, but we are calling it a watermelon here. In Danish it calls vandmelon. So let's see what the Daniele knife can do to watermelon, and let's just try the penetration on this knife here first. Look at that. It just went all the way through and came off. Look at that. It's these. Yeah. Just got it over in one blow. Now let's try it and see what it will do to a pineapple. If I can find a good spot for you guys to rest on here. My tripod is a little bit hard to place out here in the woods, so it is a little bit off. Please don't mind that. So let's try a tip again on this one. And this just went all the way through, and I can feel the the back edge is oh, I really need to be careful there because this knife is just a razor blade. The saw back is really holding on to the knife inside of it. So, look at that. Do some back cuts. If I can hit it, probably. Look at that. Holy moly, this is going crazy. Right in the frame, yeah. Okay, let's kill this son of a bitch here too. Whoops. I just touched this rope here and it just cut it off immediately. Now let's see if we can cut these bananas over here in one blow. And look at the edge on this here. It's just it's still sharp after betoning and cutting down a tree. So yeah, guys, let's get back to the studio and clean this knife here up and see how it looks like.
Now we got the knife cleaned up a little bit and we just did some field test of the Daniele mission knife, and the knife hold up to some beating very well. It's still in one piece, there is nothing that is loose or anything like that, and that is something that if you have been following me here on my channel here, you know that when I first starting use my hollow handle knives out in the field, I was a little bit nervous if those kinds of knives actually would work out in the field, but I have really changed my mind about that. If you are gonna get a hollow handle knife that is built from a professional knife maker, you are definitely gonna get some knives that can be held up to actually be used out in the field, and this is definitely no exceptions of that. This can hold for many years. This knife is just ain't gonna break. I really trust Daniele's work, the same as the LS1 that I did a review on for half a year ago. That Daniele also made is just a really tough knife, and I'm still using it and it's still holding up fine. So I'm really appreciated for the works that Daniele put in his knife. That he just go that extra mile to make a knife that can hold up to a lot of different tasks. Now you can, when you are talking to Daniele, the price is varying a lot. It really depends on what kind of steel that you want on your knife. The one that I went with the N690 CO steel, and that is a very good steel to use out in the field, because it's very easy to sharpen and stuff like that. And that is also the steel that you are gonna get on your knife if you don't tell him which kinds of steel that you want. So, but you can get 440C, D2 steel, and probably a lot of more steel. This was just the kinds of steel that I knew about. So, but you can talk to him on that if you want something special on your knife. yeah, as you can see, the knife is still in one piece. The coating took a little bit damage here on the right side, as I just showed you. But that is what you will expect when using a knife with coating on. I don't have a knife with coating on that I haven't scraping some of it off when I'm using it. So that's just the way that it is. But I know that if I wanted to, I could get Daniele, so I could just send this knife here to Daniele and he will fix it up for me. But I really don't want to do that. I like when you can see that my knife is actually getting some use. So I think that looks very cool. Now, this was the last video with me going out into the field and do some field test on the knives, because the area where I do my test is now open up for the public, and it will be that throughout the summer. So when it gets fall again, I'm gonna get back out there and test some more awesome knives. I got some really cool knives coming into the channel, so you have something to look forward and so do I. But of course I'm still gonna make some videos back home here in the studio. It's not gonna take very long before you are seeing me again. But the field test we are gonna have to wait a little bit with. Okay. Now I hope that you enjoyed this video here. I will of course be getting me some more Rambo knives in the future, so we can test them out in the field. I know that a lot of you are enjoying these videos here, and I'm really enjoying to make them as well. So yeah, now that was it, guys. I see you later. Bye bye.